I'm Marlena Urich, EXP Realtor, and I'm here today to introduce my friend, Stephen Bloom. And hi, Stephen, want to introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you. Well, my name is Stephen Bloom. I am with Sherpa Homes, powered by Lion Real Estate, and I specialize in residential home sales and listings in the Natomas, West Sacramento area. That's where I focus most of my time.
Awesome, awesome. Well, actually, we met in Toastmasters, so this is kind of a new kind of joint adventure for us. So,
It's
Stephen,
funny.
I
Yes.
know. So you called me, like it was about a week or so ago, and you asked me to help. And I was wondering if you could explain the situation and what was the situation for you that you were facing?
Thank you. I had just sold a home to this wonderful couple, and they called me up and said their daughter and her husband and family decided they were moving to Scotland in 6 weeks. And so they wanted to put their house for sale, and that's this house behind me here. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath for almost $600,000. But the fact is that they had to move, and they needed to get it sold before they moved by the end of August. And so when I walked through to get the listing, I found that, as typical, they have 4 children, and as typical with a big family house that's been there for years, there was junk everywhere, just an accumulation of life that everyone has at some point. And so there was stuff everywhere. Now, when I list an empty house, it's real easy to do staging, but when it's an occupied house with a family, it's often very difficult to declutter. And so they needed help, and they needed help quickly. And because we couldn't go in and hire a stager because they had all their own furniture, I thought of you, Marlena, because we had talked about doing a virtual staging consultation.
Yeah.
And so it actually was forced by our timing in doing it, but the beauty is that it happened so quickly and so wonderfully. So I called you, I think, on a Thursday.
Yeah.
We were taking pictures on Monday, and the house had to be on market by Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I called you, you made an appointment, and I'm going to let you take it from there and explain
Sure.
with the family.
Sure. And that was so cool too, that you remembered that I was a home stager. And just like everybody in, doing their own business, we all have had to pivot to figure out how to make this work during a pandemic and, just the whole thing. So where I got my certification from, our person helped us kind of design this whole program around remote online staging. And again, it's just like, you can't be there physically to like move furniture around, but you can give advice. And that was so great. Your folks were wonderful. I did a preliminary call and said, this is how it's going to work. And I said, we're going to need one person to hold the cell phone because we're going to do a walkthrough. And we need another person to fill out the forms that I designed that I give to my staging clients so that they know exactly what they need to do step by step. So your folks were wonderful. We started from the outside, just like that picture there, and we just started looking at curb appeal. Then we moved inside and we just stood there and we went to the left very slowly and all the way around. And it was like, okay, we got our work cut out for us.
So you were like the director, and the husband who had the iPad, you guys were doing a FaceTime.
Yeah, we were doing FaceTime.
He was the director of photography, you were the director.
Exactly. It was great. And I was like, okay, so move this over there. And I have to admit, I have never seen so many books in their home. I figured there were thousands of books. I mean, they had walls full of books. So I'm going, oh my goodness. And you're right, the decluttering, and with 4 kids, it was significant. They did great though. They just did a wonderful job. They took all of my recommendations, and I saw the photographs of the finished product, and it was amazing. Your folks just took direction. They got it done. They got it done within the timeline, and you got great results.
So what's surprising is I walked in the house Monday after you had met with them virtually. I walked in that house Monday, and I have to tell you, my jaw dropped They worked all weekend.
Yeah.
The kids hated me, right? They were giving me the stink eye, like, you made us do this, but they worked all weekend. And by the time the photographer showed up at 9 a.m. on Monday, the house was gorgeous. It
Yeah.
was roomy. And I have to tell you, my photographer is Chris Pretzer, and he is just a dynamic photographer. So he went in and took the pictures. We did get online Thursday morning, and believe it or not, on Thursday, I showed the house, and on Friday, the first person who toured the house made a winning offer, and we sold the house in 2 days and 48 hours after it got listed, which is just amazing, especially in these day and time.
Yeah.
It all started with, how am I going to explain to this young couple with 4 kids how to declutter their house without me being as an agent,
Yeah.
being too much of a bully, like, no, that's got to go, don't do this,
Yeah.
don't do that. You did magnificently in the handouts that you gave them in advance, the advice you gave them during. They followed your advice, and oh my God, in short order, it was perfect. It just was storybook.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, because it was really fun. It was fun for me to see it work, to take a practice and see it actually implemented and to see the final result. So I just wanted to thank you, Stephen, for calling me and calling Amazing Staging to come and do some remote online staging during a pandemic. And it's another way of just getting your place squared away, whether you're moving or not. So again, thank you for calling me and recommending me. I really appreciate working with you. And I did call Jennifer afterwards and said, hey, you guys did great. And she said, thank you. They were so thankful and so happy that with the results that they got with you and working with me too. So just appreciate that opportunity. I hope to work with you again soon.
Yes, and this is just a message for all of the agents who are watching this. As we go through this pandemic, we're all struggling with the proper way to keep our industry going and moving. And we're always balancing, we need to show the house because it's a big investment. We need to meet with people, yet our sellers are oftentimes wanting as many touchless opportunities in this process. This is the ultimate touchless staging of a home. And I'm telling you, contact Marlena, put that in your toolkit and use that even when you're on your listing appointments, because it's a powerful tool.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Pleasure working with you.
Same thing. Thank you, Marlena. Looking forward to the
Thank you. Yes. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.